We missed the ferry, the timeline shifted, and I had to figure it all out in real time. But some of my favorite images came from this shoot in Lake Como. So this footage is from a shoot I did, and it was a few months ago in Lake Como, Italy. We flew into Milan, and then we headed to Lake Como, and then we headed to Bellagio. And now that I've had some distance from it, I don't just see what I captured, but I see what actually mattered. So in this video, yes, you're gonna come along with me to Bellagio. I'm also going to break down the decisions behind it and what worked, what didn't, and what I would do differently. So before you even see a single image from this shoot, you need to understand something. None of this started here. Everything you're about to watch was built in pre-production. So what does that mean? That's just before the shoot even happened. I pitched the idea to the couple to shoot the day before the wedding because that gives us space to create without pressure. I planned the locations ahead of time, and not just based on what looked beautiful, but what would actually photograph well at the time of day that we would be there. I guided outfits because styling shapes the entire feel of the final images. I also booked the 2 wooden boats in advance because I didn't want to rely on availability in the moment. On the day of, I arrived several hours early to walk around, understand the light, and make decisions before the couple even got there. That's the part that people don't see, but that's the reason why the shoot ended up working so well. Now, when it came to gear, I kept it simple. I was traveling, so I brought my Canon, I brought my 28-70, my 7200, and I also had my 85. One light was my Godox 8200 and my drone. And at the time, I remember wondering if it was enough. Looking back, I could say it really was. If anything, what I learned is that I didn't need more gear, I needed clarity. And clarity on how I wanted it to feel and how I was gonna move when things didn't go as planned. Of course, I had a backup camera body. I also had backup batteries, backup SD cards, but just want you guys to know how important it is to have a clear vision before anything gets started. Because when something goes wrong, it really goes wrong, especially when you're international. So stay tuned. I'm going to bring you along with me to Lake Como. Hey guys, we're about to get on the train. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning. I am tired. Last night was amazing. We had a nice dinner in the hotel. Today is shoot day, and we're heading on the train to Bellagio. Today is pre-wedding shoot day. Tomorrow is the wedding. So today we're kind of just taking the couple on the lake, capturing them as a couple before wedding day, trying to make it super romantic, unique, get on a boat, and just make it really cool and memorable for the couple. I am extremely low energy right now, but I'm saving it because when the shoot starts, I start. So, yeah. We will be filming some BTS, and I'm excited to take you guys along with me. Oh, look at the boats. Wow. Wow, guys. This is it. This is what we came to see. Like, come on. It's beautiful. It's a little cold, but not super cold. Just a little breeze. But look at it. Wow. We missed the ferry. Well, we didn't miss the ferry. The ferry was sold out. So now we have to go to plan B. What's plan B?
You think you could ride this?
Okay, guys, so guess where I am? I'm in Bellagio. Bellagio which is the most beautiful. Let me just show you. At this point, the timeline started to shift. The couple was running behind and the boats were already on their way, which meant one thing: we couldn't move that part of the shoot. And this is where I had to make a decision, not based on what we had planned, but based on what actually mattered most. So instead of trying to force everything into the original timeline, I adjusted. I started with drone footage and capturing images around the property because I had that flexibility, and it allowed me to still create something intentional while we waited. Then once the couple arrived, we went straight to the boats because that was the element that we couldn't control. And I knew we could always come back to the villa after if time allowed. That's the difference. You're not trying to hold on to the plan, you're just kind of protecting the priorities. So right now, I am capturing photo and video of Lake Como. And my thoughts are that it's just going to add something extra to the client gallery, give them something extra to, look back at their day and remember a few different angles. I also don't think it's a bad idea for me to do this since I'm a little bit early. Being early is one of the benefits right now that I have. Okay, and both of you. By the time we got out on the water, the conditions had shifted again. The lake was rough and the movement was constant. And for me, that's not the easiest environment because I deal with pretty intense motion sickness. But I took my Dramamine and got grounded and got to work because at the end of the day, the conditions didn't change the expectation. The couple was trusting me to deliver, so instead of fighting the environment, I just worked with it. I kept everything simple. I looked for stable moments in between the movement, and I focused on creating something that still felt intentional no matter what was happening around us. And that's really the takeaway from this entire experience. Things didn't go exactly as planned. The timeline shifted, the logistics changed, the conditions weren't perfect, but none of that stopped the result. Because at this level, it's not about everything going right. It's really about how you respond when it doesn't. Now, I wish I could show the final images from this part of the shoot, but they're actually being held for an upcoming publication. So you'll have to stay tuned for that. But if you're interested in what I brought with me for a shoot like this, my full gear setup, lenses, lighting, and everything, you can download my gear guide using the QR code on the screen, or I've linked it in for you in the comment section below. If you want more behind the scenes like this, more real breakdowns of how I approach my work, make sure you're subscribed because this is the part most people don't show you. Anyone can create when it's easy. This is what it looks like when it's not. Thanks for watching.